A series of shocking pics released by the Department of Justice halfway through week 2 of Sean Diddy Combs' trial for sex trafficking and racketeering. Charges he denies.
Even the judge has made mention of not wanting this to be a case sort of built on gossip, but really making sure that these jurors are hearing the meat and potatoes of what we're here for. And that's the criminal enterprise, racketeering, sex trafficking, and making sure that we're hearing information that somehow lead to all of those things.
All of this was uncovered during that raid on Diddy's Miami compound back in 2024. Firearms and ammo, bondage kits, sex toys, male performance enhancers, a plethora of stripper heels, an alarming amount of baby oil and lube, and drugs, all allegedly used in Diddy's so-called freak-offs.
A former personal assistant of Sean Combs from 2007 to 2009 wrapped up his testimony today. And part of what he described is seeing Sean Combs, he says, frequently using drugs. Because of these freak-offs, the personal assistant, sometimes he said he had to get supplies for the hotel. He said oftentimes the hotel would be under Sean Combs' alias, Frank Black, and that he had to provide underwear, clothing, applesauce, Jell-O, Fiji water. These were things that were expected to be in the room that Combs was used to having, that his personal assistant said he would provide. Also interesting to note, he said early on he would expense some of those things, the Jell-O and the Fiji water and things, on the bad boy account. But he said when it came to the Astroglide, the condoms, and things of that nature, he would get reimbursed in cash, almost as if there was no record of those types of things. And more specifically, when it came to the Astroglide, the condoms, and baby oil, he said he would be reimbursed in cash. I think so much of what came out of that civil lawsuit and these freak-offs and this idea that, again, Cassie Ventura saying she was forced into these situations and that she really didn't want to partake in them, even in her closing statement Friday saying, I would give the $20 million back if it meant I never had to take part in a freak-off. This is how she ended her testimony. So it is a big part of the case in reference to this notion that she was forced into it. And remember, the criminal enterprise and the racketeering, according to that indictment, is about him using force and threats and arson and all of these things, they said, for his sexual desires. So that's why I think a lot of what we're hearing are these details from escorts, from people who not just people that were taking part in that.